Hello everyone, you're watching AMN Plus. This is our weekly program Diplomatic Corner. Today I'm sitting with the Sri Lankan ambassador to Ethiopia and to the African Union and of course to the UNECA. Ambassador Prashanta Kumaraswamy, stay with us. Well, Ambassador, I really thank you. In connection with the climate change, I think you know about the Green Legacy Initiative of Ethiopia, Ethiopia Green Legacy Initiatives. To what extent is crucial for fighting against the consequence of climate change?
It is an ambitious initiative, 50 billion trees. The plantation of 50 billion trees is a huge task, massive. But we had to admire the leadership of Ethiopia. Taking initiatives of this kind of a global, it's a support coming from Ethiopia, it's a developing country, towards the climate action. So this is unique. And there are many issues for decades of deforestations and like overuse of land and all. There are certain issues because the country is depending on agriculture. But you have a ambitious vision of protecting the environment and planting 50 billion trees. It is amazing. It is something, even the Green Legacy Initiative of Ethiopia has been globally recognized. And many conferences and global institutions. It is, I think, a unique face of Ethiopia to the global community.
The Green Legacy Initiative, initiated by His Excellency the Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, has now become world famous. It's an initiative that everyone is looking to and congratulating because it has not only helped tree planting and put environment on the agenda, it has also created a movement bringing along hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Ethiopians planting trees together and working for a more sustainable country, but also acting as an inspiration for the continent and for the wider world.
It is a very important day with very important action. I'm happy to see there is a lot of community engagement. You know, the sustainability, reinforcing the green is very important for many reasons, and we're very happy to be able to contribute. You know, Italy and Ethiopia are very close countries. We are friends since a long time, and we are happy to help you, to be here to testimony our friendship with the Ethiopian people, with the Ethiopian communities.
我17年到埃塞来，每一年这个时候都会种树，跟中国一样的，中国的植树节是3月12日。
I came here in 2017 and I spent this day, planting day, with Ethiopia every year. So similar to China, we Chinese have our own tree planting day, that is in March 12th.
种树对我们国家的发展，对我们就是绿化环境起到很好的保护。
Planting trees can contribute to the greenery of the whole country, can help to protect the environment.
If you look around in Addis Ababa, it's very green, it's clean, and it is inspiring. The rain would sustain, the agriculture would develop, and then even the well-being and the breathing of the people would improve. So this is a very laudable and noble initiative, which we support fully and we subscribe to.
First of all, we would like to appreciate the government of Ethiopia and the leadership of Abiy Ahmed for initiating this noble cause, because it contributes not only to sustainability but the future of Ethiopia, and it also reflects good an African contribution toward the climate change goals. So planting a tree is not just a symbolic; it is, it is a symbol of resilience. It shows unity. It shows that we can lead as Africans. So I'm very happy today to join my colleagues in planting trees. So I plant like 4 trees. Hopefully I'll be coming back every week to see those trees if they, they prosper and they grow to bear fruits.
The impact of trees on the environment is very important. It affects things like food security, the quality of the air we breathe. Basically, this green initiative legacy is what we're leaving for our kids and their kids and the kids of the future. We need to be able to feed ourselves as a continent. We need to be sustained. We need to have sustainable initiatives such as this one. I really wish that my country, as well as other African nations, can take up this initiative of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and also implement it in their countries, because all of our countries are facing climate change consequences. There's droughts, there's floods, and all of this is because of climate change. So if we do this and plant trees, we can really mitigate the risks that come with climate change.
Climate change is a global challenge right now. Nobody across the world is immune from the consequence of climate change. So some say that it is a threat for the global community. So to what extent do you think it is a threat?
Certainly, because the climate change is a reality, and the developing countries like us, it's like we are depending on agriculture basically, plus manufacturing. It impacted heavily because of the agriculture, because of the climate change. So then there is a necessity for us to work together to address these issues. I'm pretty sure. So once we kind of lay a foundation to work together on many areas, particularly the protection of soil, then the sand, water, greenery, the plants and all, and also sharing the technology, ensuring the food security, and all are significant for our development, because for last several decades many countries used their lands particularly for the agriculture. Yeah. Then later on realized that there are issues related to the environment. So the environment is key, the protection of the environment is key for the development. So the development, how do you balance the development and economic development plus the protecting the environment? And that is something that we have to preserve for the future generation. So I think the countries like us, developing countries particularly, and should work together to address these issues.
As this regard Sri Lanka, I think it's a country full of trees.
Yes, because we have a forest. Yes, we have a forest cover of about 24%.
24%.
Okay. Because we have rainforest, something called very tall trees, and with very thick layers as well. That is rainforest. And we also has got a ambitious target of expanding our forest cover up to 33%. So that we wanted to expand it.
To make it 33%.
Yes, yes.
So what is the experience of Sri Lanka in this regard, just for preserving the forests with the trees and then to expand the coverage of forests?
Yeah, there are issues actually, because human-animal conflict is the major problem in Sri Lanka when it comes to the food security and all, because sometimes you acquire the land from the forest and all, then the animals come in, like big animals like elephants and all, some small animals, and they are coming and destroy your harvesting and as well. So that is the challenge. So that we need to work together, and also expanding the forest cover, because the population is growing. So then you need to concentrate on the urban development. So that's even we have seen here, you are building high rises as well. So that kind of experience we can gain from Ethiopia, and particularly Green Legacy Initiative is not just an initiative for planting trees, but of course it's give you a opportunity for employment.
Of course.
And also there are many people are working in the sector. Even the nurseries are there, and looking after nurseries and planting trees and all. Those are the huge projects. Even Sri Lanka, we are conducting expanding our tree planting tree, and also trying to balance it with the agriculture, because Sri Lanka, like you, we were depending on green energy, particularly the hydros and all, but because of the climate change we don't get enough rain, and then we are struggling to generate electricity, hydroelectricity. Then the other hand, farmers are asking water for their cultivations and all, because we have seen in Ethiopia the irrigated agriculture is now become more popular and all. It is needed to expand the capacity of the production. So then those are the challenges actually. Then I can see the potential of building a partnership on learning each other how to overcome these kind of challenges.
And I think that's the kind of intervention that Ethiopia and other governments need to invest in.
In terms of reforestation and in terms of growing our own food, that's extremely important that Ethiopia is leading that way.
The issue of climate change, climate action, is actually one of the things that Ethiopia is actually promoting.
Even if there lies thousands of kilometers between the two countries, there are still sectors that the two countries can work together. Moving to the relation of your country, Sri Lanka, to the rest of Africa, the continent Africa. So how Sri Lanka is engaging in Africa, or there are sectors or key sectors that your country has just identified in terms of just having connection with the African nations?
Yes, because Africa is becoming it's becoming a manufacturing hub, I must say, because 2050 the population of Africa will be double. I think it's 4.3 billion. Huge market, the consumer market, and also you will have in Africa youthful populations, and where they can make use of those trainable workforce for the development of the continent. And in particular Addis Ababa now, Ethiopia in particular, it's about 130 million. Because in Sri Lanka it's 21 million. The populations, but 130 is the market access is huge here. So that is why Sri Lankans are coming here and investing, particularly in the agriculture, the manufacturing and all, in the hospitality industry. So we need to expand our cooperation. Even in the continent, I have seen many like mini scale hydro development is done by Sri Lankans, and also logistical services and plantations industry, even the hospitality industry. Those are the areas that we are working on building a partnership. And I would like to talk about particularly how the Africans engage with the global community, particularly now Ethiopia became a member of the BRICS, and along with Egypt and South Africa. So during the last summit in Rio de Janeiro, we have seen the global voice to work southern countries to address common challenges. So that is significant. Even Sri Lanka made a request to the BRICS membership, and also we will also become a partner of the new development bank of BRICS, and Ethiopia also very soon will become a member of the new development bank, where we are trying to expand our potentials working with the African countries. Even Sri Lanka proposal are being discussed to become a member of the African Development Bank as well, where we are trying to expand our interactions on many areas, including infrastructure development, road network, logistical services and all. So we are working on, and Sri Lanka also look forward to see how this AFCFTA, the Continental Free Trade Agreements, is developing, because under this agreement I got to know like about 2030 they are trying to expand intra-trade about 45 or 43%. It's a kind of ambitious target. So that is how we should work together to expand our interactions, particularly the development of trade. And Sri Lanka also looking forward to see the Ethiopia's engagement with the AFCFTA, because Ethiopia will very soon initiate the trade under AFCFTA. Now it's I think almost
African Free Trade Area.
Yes, Continental Free Trade Area. Now I think 19 countries they are doing trade under this one, this AFCFTA. So Ethiopia, then because we have investment here, so then we can approach the continent.
Let me take you to the final questions that they have. It is about the role of the youth in the national development, particularly in this digital era. Tell us, what responsibility do you think have the youth themselves and the government in terms of equipping the youth with the needed, required technology and the skills this time needs? Well, I'm talking about the digital revolutions. The world is going to be digitalized. So particularly the young people of Africa, the young people of Sri Lanka, maybe you can mention some instances from the Sri Lankan youth.
Yeah, because the African music particularly is very popular in Sri Lanka. I have seen a lot of videos and small short videos and all among Sri Lankans, because the music, the rhythms are more close to us also. So in the digital era, we all are well connected. So yeah, of course, certainly the music is one of the areas that we can connect people and to understand the cultures of each other. And yeah, certainly Ethiopia developed, 2019, I think they came forward with the digital Ethiopia 2050, the agenda. And it brought remarkable achievement, development of the digital technology in this country, even digital services as well. And the government has trained a large number of young people to develop the content developments and use the services, the banking services, other services as well. Even the educational elements has been used by the children with the expansion of the internet access and the Wi-Fi connections and all. So this is during this digital era, as you mentioned, Ethiopia has a great potential. So I'm well aware that this development contributed to enhance the potentials of young Ethiopians, and also you will be coming up with the 2030 Ethiopia digital agenda. So I'm pretty sure that we will have a potential of cooperating with Ethiopia, particularly young children, in terms of technical expertise, the sharing, the knowledge, the capacity development and all. Those are the areas we can concentrate in the future. And even the tourism industry, a lot of tourism promotional materials are available in the open sources, and all those are being used, and also educational materials are being used by young people. And certainly, and interestingly, in Sri Lanka, well, we are through the social medias and all well connected with the rest of the world. And as the embassy and Sri Lankan embassy also trying to narrow down the information gap, bridging them together to connect Sri Lanka and Ethiopia, in particular the African countries, together to enhance more understanding of our cultures and also potentials of many areas. So this is an area that we had to work in promotion of our digital technologies as well.
ICT, Ambassador, it's one of the development pillars of the Ethiopian government. So that's why the government has constructed a science museum. You have probably visited it.
Yes, sir.
And as you have already mentioned, 5 million cadres here. The government just trying to train 5 million citizens here with digital skills and knowledge.
Particularly, I would like to mention about the contribution of Sri Lankan experts here in Ethiopia, because they are contributing immensely to the Ethiopian economy, particularly the knowledge sharing, and also they are also training many young Ethiopians.
In what sector?
It is in the manufacturing sector in particular, and of course the hospitality, the hotel sector as well. What I got from the colleagues who are working here is that young Ethiopians are very talented, and also you can easily train them, and their working, the ability, the efficiency, the capacity is very high. So our Sri Lankans are very much like appreciative of the Ethiopians, young people's the attitudes and also the approaches towards the work. So then what I see potentials of developing the young people's talent into like higher level. So that is, I think, our Sri Lankans, the workers here, they are contributing. They are experts, the engineers, the managers, and high-level officials. What they are contributing to the Ethiopian economy, and also training enhances the capacity of the young Ethiopians.
All right. Well, Ambassador, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, everyone, that's it for this week's Diplomatic Corner program. We've talked about a number of issues that concern the two countries, Ethiopia and Sri Lanka, with the ambassador, the Sri Lankan ambassador to Ethiopia, Ambassador Shanta Kamaraseri. Until we meet you next week with another guest, wish you a wonderful week, a wonderful time.